They say the sun shines for all, but in some people's world, it never shines at all. Some people think that life is a dream, so they are making matters worse. Words of wisdom from the great Nesta Robert Marley, also known as Bob Marley. Countless people have never seen sunshine all their lives, and sadly, they may never see sunshine, an aphorism for good success. Many people are ambushed by failure, poverty, and misery right from the time of their birth. Not a few do not even know or understand what their purpose in life really is. Anyone who does not understand his or her purpose in life will abuse the privilege of the voyage through this material world. Ralph Waldo Emerson was a great American philosopher who once said, "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." End of quote. That's a very insightful philosophy. What is your purpose for living? What legacies would you like to leave on earth when your tenor expires here? What would you like to be remembered for? In 100 years from now, what would you be remembered for? Nesta Robert Marley, popularly known as Bob Marley, passed away over 40 years ago, but his music amazingly resonates till this day. He was a great philosopher indeed, and he left behind an outstanding legacy that has outlived him. A key purpose of life is to contribute in making this world a better place. We must all find something to live for. Life should not be saddled by negative competition, wickedness, and narcissism. Lots of people are so wicked and destructive, but the essential purpose of life is to spread love. If you do not really understand what your purpose in life is, then find out what you are passionate about, because your passion can lead you to discover your purpose. Some people just live to amass enormous wealth for themselves and their families by every means possible. Many people drift in the sea of life instead of sailing. It is only when you discover your purpose in life that you can impact your world positively. Living without discovering purpose is like a ship without a rudder that will certainly go nowhere. Success can only be achieved when one discovers purpose. It is said that great minds have purposes, while others have mere wishes. A Chinese proverb says, "If heaven made man, then the earth can find a purpose for him." When you discover what your purpose is, you should be ready to make expedient sacrifices in order to fulfill it. Applying diligence and determination on the path to success is worthless without purpose. Measure your progress, as that will inspire you to stretch yourself further. For instance, when you have a goal or something that you desire to achieve, you should endeavor to take steps to achieve such a goal. Do not abandon your goals in the arena of fantasy. There may be obstacles on the way, such as lack of finances, but nothing will happen to that dream if you do not plan and take opposite steps. Planning, research, and even praying about your goals are important steps towards achieving them. Give yourself a timeline and endeavor to measure the progress that you make as you edge towards your targets. Progress is indeed inspiring. As you take one step after another with fervent determination and measure your gradual progress, you will certainly be motivated to push further, because success is truly motivating and there is reward for every seed that is sown. Success is a numbers game, while progress is a motivator. Discover and pursue your purpose in life, then you'll find success. One vital key to success is friendship. This is one important tool that everyone should apply to achieve enduring success. It is important to invest in friendship. One secret to success is to build good friendships. One secret to effectively build good friendships is to be a good listener. A true friend is one who will stand by you through all seasons of life. Caring about a friend represents one of life's greatest virtues. It is said that life without friendship is like a sky without the sun. Good friendship is priceless, while bad friendship is worthless. Beware of bad and envious friends. They are worse than venomous adversaries. Envy is like a ruthless terrorist that steals joy and peace. Every human being has the seed of envy, but please do not water yours. Destroy envy with gratitude. Envy is negative energy that focuses on what others have. But why envy anyone? Do you know the price that people pay to achieve their goals? King Solomon said in his book of Proverbs, "Wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous. But who is able to stand before envy?" End of quote. Good people never envy their friends. Instead, they make life easier for their friends. Bad people make life miserable for their friends. Discovering who your real friends are is invaluable. The more you nurture good friendships, the closer you are to achieve good success. Friendship is a living entity that flourishes when nurtured with love, kindness, sincerity, and uprightness. It, however, perishes when neglected or polluted. Good friends make life sweeter, but bad friends make life bitter. Good friendship is built on caring and sharing, not envy and slander. Oftentimes, you know a true friend when you are in need. A real friend is one who touches your heart with kindness. Therefore, empty the cup of your life of devious friends. A true friend is someone you can trust with your secrets, not one who is happy at your setbacks and spreads your secrets around. Many people are basking in so-called friendships, oblivious of the truism that they dine with their enemies. A treacherous friend is an enemy, but a true friend is an asset that you need on your way to achieving good success. Many people feel threatened by the successes of their friends and acquaintances. They envy friends who appear to be making considerable progress. This kind of feeling fosters a conflict of unhealthy competition and lures a lot of people to unethical practices just to do better than their friends who are achieving success on various fronts. Some envious friends would even ascribe the progress of their friends to sheer luck or scam, but that is very wrong. You can be inspired positively by the successes of others and also learn from them. The great Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" End of quote. Another key that opens the door of good success is humility. The law of polarity states that everything on earth has an equal and exact opposite. Good has bad, up has down, in has out, light has darkness, success has failure. For us to embrace good success in life, we must obey the laws that govern the universe. If we abuse the laws of the universe, then we could pay dearly for it. Anyone can use fire to cook and to keep warm, but that same fire, if abnormally used, can destroy lives and properties. Same thing for the laws of gravity and all other laws of the universe. Humility has a positive and a negative dimension. Same thing with pride, the cankerworm that is responsible for most self-inflicted setbacks. Pride has negative energy. The positive side of humility is a great virtue. So is the positive side of pride. It is good to be proud of your children, your achievements, and so on. The negative side of humility obstructs one from the path to success, as it is having a low view of oneself or of one's accomplishments. It causes inferiority complex, a feeling of insignificance, fearfulness, or even miserableness. The positive side of humility is where virtue lies, and that shall be our focus now. Pride is the high opinion of oneself, a feeling of superiority complex, a spark of arrogance. It entails boastfulness, a lofty self-esteem, excess self-evaluation. This is different from integrity or a disposition of uprightness. While negative humility can cause inferiority complex on one hand, on another, negative pride can lead to superiority complex. Many homes are like war theaters with regular verbal insult, controlling tendencies, threats to harm, nagging, hidden agendas, endless blame, protracted malice, bitterness, hatred, and so on. Many marriages have been held captive by bandits in the dungeon of negative pride. The vultures of divorce have fastened their sharp-hooked beaks on the carcasses of countless marriages that perished as a result of the venom of negative pride. Is your marriage heading for the rocks? Has marriage become a bitter pill for you? Are you hurting? Do you feel depressed? Do you feel like a prisoner in your marriage? Is your home like Adolf Hitler's concentration camp? If your answer is yes, then you have got to watch out for the darts of negative pride and burn them to ashes. Your marriage can come alive and be sweet again. But if your marriage has expired or was established on a faulty foundation, then in due course, you may have to move on with your life. Divorce or separation from one spouse is not a criminal offense. It is better to choose happiness and life than to dwell in a toxic, decomposing, or abusive relationship. Domestic abuse in marriages or partnership relationships do not only entail physical violence. Many couples go through sorrow and pain as a result of psychological abuse by their spouses. Misunderstandings in marriages and other forms of relationships are elements for improving such affairs if couples or partners are sensitive, disciplined, and determined to work together to overcome negative pride. Couples should embrace positive humility. We are all pilots of our individual lives. Many times, divorce or separation seems like a reasonable course to pursue, but we must never give up so quickly. It is possible for honey to come out of the carcass of any decomposing marriage. Divorce has become a lethal scourge in many societies. Marital turbulence can cause severe bitterness, physical fights, depression, grave emotional pain and jealousy. It can even lead to suicide tendencies. Who would ever have imagined that super financially successful couples like Jeff Bezos and his erstwhile wife, Mackenzie Scott, as well as Bill and Melinda Gates, would have ended up in divorce courts? Our lives are often shaped by the information that we receive and the people that we associate with. Go to work on yourself and develop a positive mental attitude. It is the best gift you can give to your spouse. Resist negative pride and embrace positive humility if you truly desire good success. Gratitude is the beginning of humility. The legendary British writer C.S. Lewis once said that humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less. Humility is the absence of negative pride and the matriarch of all virtues. It expands our appreciation for gratitude. When you understand how vast and complex this universe is, and that you did not contribute anything to its creation, that should keep negative pride away from seducing your mind. Replace negative pride with gratitude, because many people were alive yesterday but are now gone forever. Many people are critically sick right now. Also, many have lost their freedom or happiness. You see, positive humility is one of the most difficult virtues to imbibe, especially when someone is financially endowed. A proud heart attracts the dying process. Humility is self-respect, which does not, however, mean taking the back seat. A slave is humble to his master, but that is false humility. True humility is giving joy to others and not displaying supremacy over others. Do not glory in yourself. Make others feel very important. Do not force your will on others. Don't be puffed up to ever think that you cannot be corrected. Humility is not weakness, but the epitome of strength and wisdom. It is a powerful weapon to conquer wickedness. It is a solid foundation for enduring success. Many people experience a myriad of obstacles to their aspirations because of ignorance. Spoken or written words have great influence over our lives. Not a few people are currently in grave bondage because of the power of words that is working against them. Some of these words were mere conversational utterances, spoken or written, wittingly or unwittingly. Imagine a situation wherein some parents are fond of calling their children naughty, coconut head, or empty vessel. Many people project negative words akin to curses. Such words should not be taken for granted. For instance, a lady approaches her husband for some money to buy home essentials for the family. The husband says to her, "My love, I don't really have any money now." And the wife retorts, "Do you ever have money? You will never have money." Nonsense. Some folks are fond of projecting powerful negative words in form of prayers against their relatives, neighbors, colleagues, competitors, or perceived enemies. Do not open the door of your life to negative energy through spoken or written words such as, I'm dying for a drink. Oh, this sickness is killing me. My husband is just a dog. That's the only way to describe him. My wife is very heartless. In fact, she's a witch. I'm married to Satan. In fact, I've been living in hell. This child is just good for nothing, a perfect dunce. Lots of people use words without realizing that they have grave consequences. Shockingly, not a few people, including those in leadership positions, often use the F word. And here's one analogy. When a medical doctor tells a patient that he or she is suffering from a terminal ailment, that may indeed be a fact, but it is important for such a patient to strive to resist fear and discouragement, which are ruthless barriers to success, by deactivating such reports in his or her mind with affirmative and positive words of hope and resilience. That is an effective way of responding to a major health impediment. Do not allow anyone to activate poverty, lack, deaths, sickness, crisis, failure, and misery in your life with spoken or written words. Avoid such distractions and discouragements with positive affirmations and attitude. There are many negative-minded people who transact in the ministry of discouragement and specialize in distasteful, negative words that they store in the bank of mischievousness, which they recklessly unleash against others. Be careful about the things that you say or do, which could attract and activate negative outcomes. Some people understand the implication of positive and negative words. Negatively spoken words attract negative energy. Contrarily, positively spoken words attract positive energy. Do not attract misfortune to your life by claiming ownership through negative affirmations. For instance, someone says, "My problems this year are just too much," or "This is the worst year of my life." Also, someone may say, "Diabetes runs in my family. I know I can't escape it. It's only a matter of time." That is unwittingly passing the death sentence on oneself. Whoever loves life must refrain his or her tongue from speaking evil and deceit. King Solomon, author of the book of Proverbs, says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof." End of quote. Words have tremendous potentials. They are like eggs released from a height which cannot be retrieved or recalled once released. How do you fix a broken egg? Words have led to great conflicts and wars over the centuries. The only thing that is as powerful as words is our imagination. Wrong words have destroyed families, businesses, marriages, and relationships. Right words have established unions and entities and can build bridges. They are sacred and must be treated as such. Negative words can be scathing destructive weapons. They leave no trace when they wreak havoc. The truth is extremely powerful and abides in words. Verbal insults and abuses are very powerful and have the potential to crumble relationships and marriages of many years. They can lead to conflict that consume lives. While calling for the end of racism in the United States of America in Washington, D.C. in 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. made the famous "I Have a Dream" speech that still resonates till this day because of the power inherent in words. The citation states, "I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live up the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today." End of quote. Exhilarating words from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Be cautious of the words that you utter, write, or listen to, because words have creative and destructive proficiencies. What proceeds from us as spoken or written words come directly from our hearts. The mouth speaks what is in the heart. Pleasant words inspire, build, and heal. A soft and kind word frustrates anger, but harsh and unkind words invoke the demons of anger, malice, slander, conflict, and destruction. Words can save or condemn. Wise people furtively guard their lips. Even fools are considered as wise when they guard their words and are silent in the heat of provocation. The fruits of one's lips should satisfy one's stomach and not bring ruin to it. So let the words of your mouth be full of grace. Friends, it is the truth that we know that shall set us free from the brutal scourge of ignorance. Declare to yourself as often as you can that you shall not perish or waste away, but live to fulfill your purpose on earth. Make a deliberate effort to discipline yourself to always use the right words, no matter the state of your emotions. Yes, it is not uncommon that sometimes we get overwhelmed and caught off guard due to some adverse setbacks, and we find ourselves making comments like, "This situation is destroying me, I'm just frustrated." So, we all need to be very cautious about the use of words, no matter the circumstances that we find ourselves in, because words are indeed very powerful. Set a guard over your mouth. Command that seeming mountain or problem that is standing in the way of your success to be cast into the sea of failure. Refrain from grumbling and murmuring about your challenges, because words are extremely powerful. Words from a wise person's mouth are gracious, but a fool is consumed by his own lips. Do not allow unwholesome words to come out of your mouth or develop in your hearts. Allow only words that can inspire. Don't answer a fool in his foolishness, or else you may be called a fool as well. He who guards his or her lips guards his or her life, for out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. Indeed, words have tremendous impact on human emotions, and it is responsible for a lot of our decisions and actions. Do not use words like tragedy or victim on yourself. You are a victor and not a victim. Those who are victorious don't give up easily in the battlefield of life. Someone may say, "I am finished. I am finished." Try not to use such words. In anger, some people call others names like monster, ape, ugly goat, vagabond. Please desist from such. Remember that the power to create and destroy resides in the tongue.